This is State Representative Jeffrey Elmore with your weekly session update for August 9th. We're actually going to be talking about last week because we had appropriations meetings, the full chairs did, over the weekend to get the House budget finalized, so I didn't have time to shoot the video on Thursday or Friday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the actions of the House last week and what happened, and also give you a little preview of what's going to happen this week. First, last week, some things that happened on the budget front. The subcommittees, meaning all the different areas in the state budget, voted out their sections on Thursday. All those sections came to the full chairs, where we will be rolling in this week the salary and statewide issues, salaries, pensions, also the capital piece. That document will come out this afternoon. We're actually holding a press conference this afternoon talking about the budget as a whole. And I'll give you some more details about that. So that was the big action of the week last week in the House. Also, something that I've been getting a lot of questions about is the vaccine mandate for healthcare workers from our biggest health systems across the state. Myself and 54 other Republicans signed a letter to all of these, and we sent it out that asked them to reconsider their decision on that. There is actually a House bill that has moved through the chamber and that is sitting in the other chamber that deals with this issue in particular. But as you know, with the environment here in Raleigh, we have to have enough votes to pass something of that nature to override a veto. So that bill is in flux as it's moving through the process, but at least we made the step of writing the CEOs of all of the healthcare systems to ask them to reconsider for our frontline healthcare workers. Because I just don't think that it's really fair that they were asked at the beginning of the pandemic to work in conditions unvaccinated, and now they are being basically forced to be vaccinated to work in the environment. It's kind of a mixed message from the hospital and healthcare systems. On the bill front and bills that have passed, Governor Cooper signed last week HB 147. This is the teledentistry and RDH administrate a local anesthetic into law. This gives some flexibility with dentists and should help with dental care and easier access because we're reducing the regulations. Now, some bills that passed the House last week. We had a local bill that North Wilkesboro was in dealing with voluntary satellite annexation, meaning if someone is not connected to the city limits but they would like to be in the city limits per their request, that this would help North Wilkesboro be able to do that, because right now they're floating at a 10% cap, and there's many cities that are can go above that cap. This bill would allow them to do that. Also, HB 96 passed, and this allows pharmacists to administer injectable drugs. This here is again, a regulatory reduction bill to allow things like flu shots and different medications to be just administered at the pharmacy versus a person having to go to their doctor to get it. Also, there was some language in there that firmed up the statutes that said that if you're underage, you have to have parents' permission to receive vaccines. That was not clear in the statute, but this clarified that with the language. That bill is going on to the governor. We also passed HB 911, which is the regulatory reform bill. We have this bill every session, which really goes into the weeds of different regulations that are in different areas. So this bill spanning everything from licensing boards to building codes, has all sorts of things in it. So it's a very comprehensive bill. That passed also. And I'm very saddened last week, at the beginning of last week, one of my colleagues, and I would consider him a friend, Representative Jerry Carter of Rockingham County, passed away. He is a minister. He was one of the most warm-hearted, good Christian men in the General Assembly, and he passed. He was doing really well, and he passed away last Sunday morning at 3 a.m. There was a good write-up about it in the Journal Patriot. Representative Carter, wonderful man, and he will definitely be missed in his role here and also his role with his congregation and his community. A very, very good person. Now let's talk about the budget process this week, and then I'll talk to you about some local stuff that is exciting. First, as I said, the subcommittees at the end of last week passed their bills. Now we're going to pull all those together with our statewide issues, which are pension, salary, and capital. That document will be released this afternoon. We're holding a press conference at 4 o'clock to discuss the details of that. Then it goes through the legislative process. It will go before the full Appropriations Committee tomorrow, and we will be voting this out on Wednesday and Thursday. The next step for the document is to move from our chamber back to the Senate, where traditionally they always not concur, and that puts it to conference, where we will try to resolve any disputes between their document that we started with and the document in how we changed it. Then it would move to the governor. Hopefully this process will be short and we can get it out. By the end of the week, I'm going to release through my email newsletter, and if you haven't signed up for it, sign up for it, how this impacts us locally in the 94th District, specific projects, specific things that are in this document that benefit the people of the 94th District, and also I'll give you some overview of some of the salary pieces and pension pieces. So that's the schedule for this week with the budget, and that's pretty much all the House will be working on this week. Now, some shout outs for the locals. Attended an event this weekend in Alexander County at the H&H Arena, Kent Herman's place, and it was very nice for him to allow the Alexander GOP to utilize that space. Huge event. I can tell that the conservatives are excited. About 300 people attended the event. And the keynote speaker was Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, and he did a wonderful job. So shout out to Jack Sims, the county chairman, and also the 5th District chairman down in Alexander. Wonderful event. Also, something coming up on the political front is there's going to be the United States Senate Republican candidates, the current people that will be in the primary for the United States Senate to take Richard Burr's seat. Wilkes GOP is sponsoring a forum, and that is going to be on Tuesday, August 24th at the Stone Center in North Wilkesboro. All of the candidates will be there. I believe all of them are confirmed except one, and they will be answering questions. Very casual format. There's no charge for the event. They will be asking for donations because of the cost putting it on, but excellent opportunity to hear from your United States Senate candidates and what their beliefs are. Another shout out to the Brushy Mountain community. The Peach Festival was absolutely wonderful. Well attended event. It was always wonderful to celebrate the heritage of the community and all of the folks on the mountain. Excellent job. And then we received a letter from Elaine Marshall, the Secretary of State, giving us some stats on entrepreneurial growth in Wilkes and Alexander counties, and this was quite exciting. She compared 2020 to 2021, and in Wilkes County, new business growth increased by 37%, and in Alexander County, it increased by 47%. And what this is a reflection of is the opening of new businesses, small businesses primarily, in the district. This is extremely exciting that we are making a turn economically in our district. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully I can get the weekly session update done in the week that it actually occurs coming up, and we'll have more details about the budget document.